Hello, YouTube family. Are you ready for the curls, the scoop? I know I'm coming with a new look. Come on, let's get these hugs in. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. Auntie is trying to adapt to change. Every time I switch to a different color, it's like I look paler and paler. So, but I do have a hair update. People say, give us a hair update. My hair is down to the middle of my back. My hair grows fast. I'm drinking water and stuff. The alopecia part, it's coming in, but it's not like the rest of my hair, which is down my back. Because what they do is, I get it washed and conditioned and stuff, and I get the massages and the cool mask and just things like that to stimulate the scalp. But if you're battling, particularly traction, alopecia, with work and the oils and the massages and keeping up, your hair could return. If one thing, the middle of your hair, that'll return. It was all the way down my back. They kept saying ooh and ah in the beauty shop yesterday, and I just giggled and I said, well, we're not ready yet. But when you rest your hair, it just goes to show you just rested and braided, and the oils and conditioning, all of that happens. Let's get to some of the big stories. We remember rapper Coolio. When this news came out about the rapper, it was like, what? 59 years old. They're saying it could have been a massive heart attack. Coolio was big in the 90s. He had Gangsta's Paradise, which he sampled Stevie Wonder's Pastime Paradise for the movie Dangerous Minds with Michelle Pfeiffer. He sampled Lakeside's Fantastic Voyage. He also did the theme for the Keenan and Kel show. At the time of his death, Coolio was still touring, and just a month ago, he gave an interview because he was leading a campaign against these streaming music platforms. He felt that rappers were getting underpaid and not being appreciated or getting their due with these streaming music platforms. But in the 90s, with the braids, Coolio, he was big. And when you think of a song like A Gangster's Paradise, so haunting, and he won a Grammy for it, but his death came as a shock. Coolio dead at the age of 59. Hair Tales is coming to Hulu and the OWN network. It's all about Black women, their hair. Our hair is art, and it's Hair Tales. Tracee Ellis Ross is leading the charge. There's Oprah, Issa Rae, Marsai Martin, State Rep Ayanna Pressley, who proudly wears her hair bald. You've got Chica. You've got so many people coming together talking about hair stories. It's a 6-part docu-series. Tracee Ellis Ross is the executive producer of this, but it's not only streaming on Hulu, but on OWN. Mark your calendars for October 22nd, because it's coming. Another big thing that's coming to Hulu, and I talked about this a while ago, Descendants. Former President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle, their company produced this kind of like documentary. It was about the last slave ship that arrived in America. Right before the Civil War, 1860, this ship arrived in America, the Clotilda. In 1807, slavery was kind of like formally outlawed, but it was still going on, which is why they had to have the Civil War. These slaves were freed in 1865, but they had nowhere to go. How do you get back to Africa? So where they formed in Mobile, Alabama, was what they called Africatown. Was Africatown glamorous? No. This documentary traces them from the 1800s, like a 100-year journey, surrounded by factories, and a little sad, but a little hopeful because the trailer dropped today. Great producers on this one. Black Thought from the Roots, Questlove from the Roots, Sean G. They helped produce it. The Obama's production company, but it's coming to Netflix, everybody. October, I believe, 21st. So mark it on your calendar. The Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever hype is on. And gracing the cover of the new issue of Elle magazine, you've got Lupita Nyong'o, Letitia Wright, Danai Gurira. They're all on the cover. Child, you talk about woman power. Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever arrives in theaters November the 11th. From the scenes that I've seen, we're going to have a whole new respect for Angela Bassett. Let's just say that, a whole new respect for Angela Bassett. But the movie comes out November the 11th. Tickets go on sale Monday. See, when you know these Marvel movies, I had somebody stop me in Target, and they was like, why is the movie coming out so early? Why the tickets going on sale? I said, they're trying to get that advanced ticket sales. And if you know how the Marvel movies do, fans love to buy their tickets early because they want to be in the seat when the movie opens. So, tickets go on sale Monday. The last and final trailer is coming out on Monday. Now, trust me, this movie is long. It's about 2 hours. It could be over 2 hours and 41 minutes because Ryan Coogler is still doing stuff, doing little stuff, to prepare it. But they're not going to be giving away too much. You'll still be able to enjoy the movie. Let's give a big shout out to Lizzo. She's in my hometown tonight, playing at the Wells Fargo Center. She just made a little history. When she did her DC stop, she was invited to the Library of Congress, and she had the chance to play the flute. Y'all know Lizzo, besides twerking and stuff, she plays the flute, and she's good. She played the flute of President James Madison. In the Library of Congress, they have the largest collection of flutes. And this flute was 200 years old. It's a crystal flute. Look at me trying a crystal flute. And she had to be very delicate, but she did it and made history. R. Kelly. Some people are calling this the pile on. He's got to give his victims $300,000 because some of the victims needed for mental health issues. And then there were the women that he gave herpes to. So they need money. R. Kelly being found guilty of his sex crimes, they're going to come out of the money. He's going to be sentenced for the Chicago one soon, but New York 30 years. He's never getting out. But he's got to pay up this money. And for those who are like, well, where he going to get the money? He got money hid. Those royalties, even though a lot of people don't play his music anymore, or at least they don't want to admit that they play the music anymore, $300,000, and they wanted to go to victims, their expenses for mental therapy, and for those he infected with herpes. Marla Gibbs, our national treasure, is coming to Grey's Anatomy. Jefferson's 227. We love Marla Gibbs. She's like 91? She's going to be doing a 2-part episode on Grey's Anatomy, playing the grandmother of one of the residents. Can't wait to see it. I said, maybe I'll start watching. I actually, when Grey's Anatomy first came out, I used to watch. And then they had too much going on. It was too many explosions. And I was like, it just had me confused and thrown off. So I'd stop. But Marla can make me come back to Grey's Anatomy. We have an update on Wendy Williams. She is doing well at that wellness center. I don't know if she'll be out anytime soon. They don't call it a rehab center. They call it a wellness center because she really needs overall help, mentally, physically. There's nothing like a great comeback story, and I am hoping that this woman has the best comeback story. You'd hate to see her career end on a bad note, but Wendy is, they say, responding very well to what's going on and being treated, and hopefully she will come out on the other side healthy and strong. Harry and Meghan, they're in a little with Netflix because they were supposed to come out. He was writing a book, Netflix, the documentary, how they were treated. Well, they are having a change of heart after the Queen's death. Were they treated well during the whole 10-day funeral thing? Not really. They were kind of told, you go over there, you go over there. You, Andrew, y'all go over there. Y'all go over there. They have 2 children. They want their children to have the title of princess and prince. I bet you King Charles said, don't change stuff. We need to be nice to each other if you want your kids to have titles. And I'm sure they want their kids to have titles because this is their history. They have said that we don't want, titles, but I'm sure they want their kids. And I'm sure they're not going to want to go against their dad, who is the king, and out of the respect for the queen. God rest her soul. But Netflix is not happy. The book, they're like, wait a minute, we're ready to tell the world. And they're like, not so fast. Got to make just a little couple of changes so that the royal family isn't mad. National Geographic, they brought us that genius Aretha with Cynthia Erivo. Now they're doing a new series on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. All newcomers. I did not recognize not one actor, but it's coming. National Geo. A lot. I hope. What do I want to say? Dr. King wasn't perfect, but I don't think we want to be seeing a lot of imperfections. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't want to know a bunch of stuff. I mean, he wasn't perfect, and I know that people have him like he's this saint, but they're going to, his life and Coretta and Betty Shabazz and that whole period, somebody playing Malcolm X, his, that relationship between Martin and Malcolm, because they had two different ways on how the country should be for Black Americans. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I don't want to see a lot of CD stuff. I don't, because I'll be sitting there like my mom, like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. So we'll see. Tamron Hall used to be my intern. It was a wig that she had on when she came out with her blonde hair. Y'all know people had a fit, and people were leaving mean comments, and I was so glad that she listed them, because she said, I'm gonna show you how people reacted. Some people loved it. I kind of knew, because it just seemed like a lot, and when she's just wearing her hair and it's black, but it was a wig, and she went through the whole process. And let me tell you something. You find the right person, you can get the wig and color of your choice. And she did it. And she says it was just the whole golden celebration, but she is black. She's back to wearing her black hair. Long story short, it is still too soon. Everyone's asking me, what are the ratings like for Sherry Shepherd and Jennifer Hudson? I think it's still too soon as each lady settles into her own, but we will soon find out how people are responding. So far, people are responding very well and love seeing y'all get to see. Y'all probably saying, what is this? I be putting my stylies. I know, it's a bad habit. Both ladies are coming into their own, and people are like, they're Team Sherry, Team Jennifer, or Team both, and just liking all of them. One show I want to see is Star Jones. They don't be promoting that court show here, because I said she's on, and then the guy Karamu. I think I'm gonna have to find it, tape it, and go from there and just watch it, because these are shows that they don't be promoting heavy, at least in my part of town in Philly. Because someone said, you're not talking about Star Jones. I said I knew the show was coming, but I did not know the show was here. After this weekend, I'm gonna do a little taping and finding it and be able to say. But they say that Star is doing good. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a beat. Leave a comment, give us a thumbs up. It's the curls, whatever color they come out to be. It's scoop, my faces, all that stuff. But you don't want to miss a minute of what is going on. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. It's not cute not knowing. It's curls and scoop. Thanks for joining me.